My full name's Hamish Wilcox, and my role in the sailing team is assisting in the coaching department.
Okay. So, yeah, you've been with Luna Rossa before, I reckon. And can you tell us about the difference between this campaign and the last one you worked?
Yeah, it's kind of similar in some ways. I started with them in the late 90s for their first cup, and everybody was really young and really enthusiastic, and it was really well driven and a super successful campaign in the 90s, and this one feels the same. We've got a lot of younger guys involved and a good mixture of wisdom and young enthusiastic people, and that combination is a very successful one.
Of course, you're an expert in reading forecasts, and could you tell us what's, on your point of view, what's the conditions here in the Gulf of Cagliari?
Yeah, this is a really interesting place to sail, especially in the conditions we've seen this week. You have this large mountainous area to the west with big ridges and valleys, and the breeze has got to find its way through that, and it's causing a lot of chaos on the water in that direction. And then you have the more northwest direction, the true Mistral, where it's quite channeled through the valley and provides really nice sailing conditions. So the bit I've seen so far this week has been really good. Challenging conditions makes it quite tough on the sailors. They learn a lot.
Yeah, we've seen you yesterday with Francesco Bruni going out on the rib and checking the forecast and the wind patches and so on. What's the difference between yesterday and today?
The main difference is the direction. We have a little bit further to the west and to the left from yesterday, and obviously a lot more wind. This breeze is blowing all the way from Gibralta, so it's a long river of wind, and then it hits here in the bottom of Sardinia. It's got to make its way over these mountains to get into the bay, and we saw some pretty hard-hitting, downsloping gusts today, reaching into the mid, even probably later now high 20s. And whereas yesterday we had the breeze from the northwest, and it was quite gentle and channeled through the valley, and quite stable and good for easing yourself into it.
So, can you tell us what exactly does it mean to be a sailing coach or assistant sailing coach in America's Cup?
Yeah, I think that when you're in that role, support role, you're just looking to plug any gaps that you can see, and I think every person works slightly differently. That they see things in a slightly different way. So it's a nice mix of personalities. I think at the moment. Young Jacob's doing an amazing job with the sort of overall management of the processes, the daily processes, and I know Philippe from a long time, and we've done a couple of cups already together, and I know he's going to be really strong in lots of areas, and I think together the three of us will be able to hopefully plug all the gaps.